Hey, it's Coach M here. Would you consider yourself a conscious parent? Someone who always is trying to enhance your parenting skills to give your child the most important skills needed to have a successful, meaningful life? Well, today I have 8 principles that you'll want to make sure you're putting into practice to parent more consciously coming up. If you could do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button for me, that would be great. I'm on a mission to get these powerful tools and strategies on this channel into as many parents' hands as possible. Thank you. Here are the 8 principles of conscious parenting. Number 1, always make your relationship with yourself the #1 priority. This is number 1 for a reason. Let's face it, if we're not truly taking care of ourselves, how in the world can we give at the level our children need us to? We can't. So what do I mean when I say take care of ourselves? It's about so much more than just eating healthy, exercising, getting enough sleep, and spending time away from our children. Those, of course, are very important, but nurturing the relationship you have with yourself is about nurturing your soul in the deepest way possible, which means spending time getting to know yourself better. What makes you feel on fire and alive? What depletes your energy? What triggers you emotionally and why? When you start asking yourself specific questions to gain more awareness about yourself, it's like a whole new world opens up to you. You begin to become more aware and more mindful about your reactions, your thoughts, your feelings, which brings me to number 2. Number 2 is practice awareness in every moment. For some of us, we're so disconnected from ourselves that we aren't aware of what we're thinking and feeling, and we have no idea why we react the way we do. We may think we do, but it's rarely, if ever, the surface problem we think it is. Once we start to connect with ourselves more, we begin to develop that awareness. And the more we stay connected with ourselves, the more awareness emerges. If you react because of something someone does, but you've never examined that reaction at a deeper level, what we call the awareness level, then you may be completely disconnected from your true self. And if this is the case, go back to number 1 and click on the link below to receive a daily prompt question to help you reconnect and rediscover yourself. Practicing awareness in every moment takes time and commitment, and journaling, meditating, and engaging in self-reflection is the quickest way to acquire more awareness and to start making it a daily habit. Number 3, connect first from a place of love, authenticity, and compassion. What our children need most from us is for us to see them, to hear them, and to understand them. When we make a conscious choice to show up with our children in a loving, authentic, compassionate way, they feel it. They know that we're not just trying to get them to do what we want them to do, but that we're genuinely trying to understand them. Connecting from a place of love is about connecting with their heart and remembering our greatest intention for their life. Ultimately, we want to raise our children to know and honor their true essence, to never feel like they have to dim their light or feel the weight of unworthiness and self-doubt. By connecting with your child from a place of love, authenticity, and compassion, you show your child that you value them, which in turn helps them to value themselves and to know their worth. Number 4, know your triggers and work on shifting them. When you begin to understand your role in co-creating situations with your children, you begin real transformation into conscious parenting. This is huge. Knowing that certain behavior from our children oftentimes is directly related to our own inner wounds allows us to start examining those wounds and healing them. Most of us did not grow up in a household where our parents were consciously parenting us, helping us identify our emotions, process through them, and communicate them in healthy, appropriate ways. And for some of us, our parents never set proper boundaries or helped us to know our worth and value and know that it's already inherent within us. This is no fault of our parents. They were doing the absolute best that they could with the tools they had. But as a conscious parent or someone striving to be, you can start to heal those childhood wounds of not feeling good enough. And as you do, you'll help your children heal as well. Number 5, evaluate and reevaluate your expectations. A conscious parent is constantly evaluating whether their expectations are realistic, truly age appropriate, or out of date. The parent who just expects their child to be able to handle certain situations simply because the parent thinks the child is mature for their age has to ask themselves, am I basing this expectation on an assumption? Does my child feel secure enough to handle a situation that they've never encountered before? So often we make all kinds of assumptions, especially as our children get older, that we then base our expectation on that assumption. But we never take the time to really evaluate our assumptions. We rarely ask our child how they feel about different situations to know if the expectation we placed on them is appropriate or not. Number 6, create clear, consistent, compassionate boundaries. Parenting consciously means that you create healthy boundaries with your children, and in doing so, you teach them to create healthy boundaries with other people in their life. Make respect the number one rule in your house, which means that you will always strive to treat your child with respect, and you expect the same from them. Make sure your child fully understands what being respectful means and what it looks like. Model it constantly and consistently for them. And if you feel your child is disrespecting you, address it right away, but also allow your child to tell you when they feel you are not respecting them. Sometimes as parents, we can overstep our child's boundaries, especially in the teen years. So always allow your child to communicate what their boundaries are. And use compassion when your child crosses a boundary, because it will happen. They're children and they're learning. So calmly remind them of the expectation and be consistent with the consequences. Whenever possible, allow the natural consequences to take place in a situation. And if you have to set a consequence for your child, be sure that you always follow through with it. Number 7, reflect on how you are communicating. A conscious parent examines the energy they are bringing into a conversation with their child. They assess their own emotions and the thoughts creating those emotions. And they make sure to process the emotions thoroughly before communicating with their child. They also pay close attention to the tone and pitch of their voice, as well as their body language before engaging in a conversation. This is such an important principle because oftentimes we're completely unaware of our communication style, or the way sometimes our body language can instantly shut down communication before it's even begun. A fun exercise to do is to ask your child to show you the look that you give them when your child knows you're upset with them. Sometimes it's a really subtle facial micro movement that you do that you have no idea you're doing. Number 8, dig deeper to find the real root of the problem. In other words, talk less and ask more. Conscious parenting is remembering that there is always a deeper reason for all surface behavior. And it's our job as a parent to find out what that root problem is. When we parent by only addressing the surface problem, it's as if we're putting a Band-Aid over a seriously infected wound. The Band-Aid may seem like it's helping at first, but eventually, if the wound isn't treated properly, it'll cause serious problems and more pain. The best way to find the root of any problem is to ask the right questions at the right time. These questions are designed to be open-ended, non-judgmental, and non-threatening. For more information on what these types of questions look like, check out the video here and it's linked in the description below. Parenting in a conscious way takes a willingness to go beyond the old ways of thinking and the old ways of parenting. It helps you acquire the tools and strategies to parent your child for true success in their life. A life where they're fulfilled, thriving, and contributing at the highest level. If you'd like me to send you some free tools and strategies to help you parent more consciously, just click on the link below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And click on the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. And I upload videos every week. Hope your day is amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.